and my mother and I captured, sold to white slavers. My mother and I survived the dreaded crossing to America. So many others died, crammed in the filthy holds of the vessel. The vessel docked. We were sold on the block. No two of a family or tribe together. Frightened by voices shouting in no tribal language we knew, stripped of everything, our language, our customs. They even took our names. They called me Peggy. Peggy! I've never again seen my mother. Still, I feel close to her, especially when I steam roots and herbs for cures for my slave family. This stirs ancestral memories, my roots in Africa. Peggy dreams. On the naming day ceremony, my parents named me Mariama, gift of God. My parents calling, Mariama, Mariama, sings on in me. As cook to the Fairchilds, my room was built onto the shed behind the big house. But no advantages of working in the big house separated me from my brothers and sisters working in the fields. I tell the slave child, Dora, stories about each plant. I teach her basic steps in cooking well, just as my mother taught me. My knowledge makes me hunger for more, relieving the aches, the pains, the suffering of the slaves is my chief joy. When the young boy John suffered a head injury, he came to me. I examined the wound, then bound a poultice of roots and herbs around his head. Mrs. Fairchild's dinner guests praise my cooking. The praise, however, that touches my heart is to hear the slaves call me herb doctor.
$300, Stephen, age 32. Stephen, Mr. Fairchilds apprenticed me to the carpentry trade. I work at the big house, building cabins for the slaves, sheds for the cattle. Learning how to work with measurements and tools gives me an inner strength. I seek out the secret life of each tool. Building is in my blood. I feel an independence in building, a feeling I never got from picking cotton. As my skills increased, the Fairchilds loaned me out to work on other estates. The different projects extend my abilities. I am able to figure out complicated building designs, some that even the foreman cannot. My skills add to the wealth of the Fairchilds' estate. I am permitted to teach carpentry to the young slave, John. He helps me in my work on the estate. John is like a son to me and Jane. I love Jane, seamstress to the estate. I built the special sewing shed for her. To do our work, we learned words, names for cloths and woods. We learned numbers and measurements. To teach a slave to read is a crime. Secretly, Jane and I taught each other to read, helped by my hidden Bible. Owners of the slaves think reading would give us ideas for freedom. We know that whether we can read or not, we all want to be free. Stephen dreams. I was enslaved in Central Africa. enchained coffles, I survived.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.